Hey everyone, this is DJ Cool Thing back again with another video live here on YouTube, and today we're going to talk about some ways you can record and archive your DJ mixes. And one of them is actually what I'm holding in my hand right now, a cassette tape. That is one of the ways you can record your mixes onto a physical copy, or have a physical copy of your mixes through a cassette recorder or a professional cassette recorder or a boombox or anything. You can take your blank tape, put it into the boombox, and press record. Well, first you gotta take your mixer, like right here, and plug in your RCA to 3.5 or RCA to RCA cable to your recorder, and then you start recording once you press play on both decks, because you can't have a mix with just one deck. You're gonna have both decks being used, one for one remix and then the other deck for the other remix. And then you would turn up and down the volume on the mixer. Make sure the crossfader is in the center, or else you'll get, really bad sound. Well, not really bad sound, but you know what I mean. You won't get the other sound from the second deck. It'll be either the first deck or the second deck if it's not right in the center. You'll just get one track and that's about it, and that's just basically making a cassette with just one song at a time. That's just not what we want. We want remixes. So that is where the cassette tape will come in, as well as the CD. The CD is a more expensive option, but we'll talk about cheaper options. You can take your recordings, your mixes, and put them on CD. Because as you know, cassettes won't last forever. The more you play them, the worse they will sound. So yeah, the more you play your DJ mixtape, the worse it'll sound. But what's really great about having a cassette tape, it makes it easier to archive your mixes. And then we'll go to Amazon, because that's where that's the best place to that's the best place to get a cassette recorders on Amazon or eBay if you want something nostalgic, old and retro. So you just type in cassette recorders, and we'll give you some examples of different cassette recorders you can use to record your DJ mixes on a cassette tape. I mean, a lot of people are using cassettes nowadays again because of Guardians of the Galaxy, and most DJs are going back to the cassette way of recording their mixes. And that is where, okay, we're not talking about cassette recorders that have a USB port in there and you would put your cassette tape in there and you record. We're talking about recorders you can use to transfer an analog source, such as the analog connection here on the mixer, to a cassette, which are shoebox style cassette players like the Jensen MCR 100. That's the most common, is the Jensen MCR 100, because it looks exactly like the Onan brand that you would buy at Walmart. There's the Kobe CVR 22, a very good cassette recorder. It's made by Kobe. It's about a $30 cassette recorder. And both of these cassette recorders will have a line input for connecting your mixer to the cassette recorder. A Amazon Choice portable lightweight cassette player and recorder with built-in microphone. $39.69. It was originally $50. Yep, Jensen. Yeah, it's made by Jensen. It has one of those microphones which you would not use to make a mixtape. Because if you use the microphone, you can't use your mixer. And yeah, it's just not that great. If you do want to use a microphone, you have to use a professional grade mixer here to have like a microphone connection on it, so you can record your parties or gigs. And here's how it'll actually sound. Here's how it'll actually sound. That's just the beginning of it. Let's go to another song. Yeah, we're going to do another song on the tape. Yeah, that sounds... we're actually going to go to Boom Boom Pow, play it for a little bit. So, I actually created a big mix here. So, we're going to give you an example of what the tape will sound like after you're done recording. So, we're going to fast forward the tape a little bit until we get to Boom Boom Pow. It's going to take a while to fast forward through the whole entire tape. Well, half of the tape. So, making a mixtape from a DJ controller it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. And this is how I'm going to make my mixtapes from now on, is using a boombox. We're going to fast forward the tape. Fast forward. But here's how an actual mix will sound like. We'll go to our next song. Okay, we actually don't want that. Yeah, we want our next song recorded on the tape. See, on a CD, it's easier to get to it, but recording, like, fast forwarding, rewinding, see, the outcome is just amazing. I mean, listen to that. And you can actually use that using a very inexpensive cassette recorder. And you can use a boombox or something to play it back. Or if you have a boombox, just record it from the boombox. Because as you know, most boomboxes have an audio input to connect your mixer using a RCA to 3.5 cable, where the RCA will go into the party mix or whatever mixer you're using. So if you're using the Numark Party Mix like I am, connect the RCA to the master and then the 3.5 into the line input on your boombox or cassette recorder. And then the next one is a Studebaker Portable Retro Home Stereo AM/FM radio cassette player / recorder with auxiliary input jack. Yeah, most cassette boomboxes are actually coming with an aux jack. Perfect for DJs to save space in their room or wherever they're mixing and just record. with built-in speakers, limited edition. But if you want a little extra money, like if you want to pay a little extra money for it, there's a Panasonic RQ102 cassette recorder. It's a shoebox style cassette player. And then the rest are like digital converters. There's a boombox, Sony CFD-S70 with an auxiliary input jack. It's an MP3 CD player for playing MP3 CDs. Digital tuner, AM/FM radio, tape player / tape recorder. It's got a headphone output and a 3.5mm audio auxiliary input jack, which is what I use for my DJ mixer, the Numark Party Mix. And then there are a whole bunch of voice recorders like this, the Kobe CRV21 cassette recorder / player with built-in microphone. Yeah, it's more of a voice recorder than anything else. It's not meant to be taken at your gigs. The Sony TCM150, it's a voice recorder. I wonder what this one looks like. Of what the jacks look like. It says cassette player / recorder. What would you possibly record on this particular thing? And it's got a built-in microphone, cassette recorder. It just has the buttons. But where are the jacks? I guess they didn't. I guess they didn't take a picture of the headphone jack or the aux jack or whatever. And there's a pile. So this is if you want a more professional like. This is if you want a professional like cassette recorder as your beginner. It's called the Pile Home Digital Tuner Cassette Deck, media player, music recording device with RCA cables, switchable rack mounting hardware, chrome tape selector, included 3-digit tape counter. So yeah, it's got an input for connecting to your mixer or controller or anything that could really help you create the best mixtape. And then you can take it with you on the go using a boombox or using a Walkman or anything. See? So, I mean, listen to that. I mean, that is the outcome of actually mixing songs in your mixer and recording to record them to cassette. That is amazing. I mean, the outcome of the final result, it's amazing. Depending on how loud or soft your DJ mixer is, it could, like, you gotta leave it right there in the middle between the very loud and louder volume. And the gain could also help. The bass could help. The treble will work, could help. Because as you know, cassettes aren't really that powerful when recording onto tape. But right here has a recording level so you can kind of improve the sound quality of your cassette. And that's how DJs can make, like they could have a DJing room and hook up their cassette recorder and use it as just a recorder. And then hook up a pair of speakers to it and have a playback of their tape before they even take it somewhere else, like in the car, in a Walkman, in a boombox. I mean, that sounds like a good cassette recorder for me for making DJ mixes. Like, hook my DJ mixer up to it and make mixtapes. But right now, I'm good with my boombox here. The Sony CFD-S70 boombox. This, I have a Michael Jackson mashup, which, you guys should have already seen as a video. Boom Boom Pow. DJ Cool Thing remix. Yeah, I have the DJ Cool Thing remix or DJ Cool Thing mix for all of them. So the MJ mashup, Boom Boom Pow, Sexy and I Know It, Sorry for Party Rockin', Like a G6. What else is on here? Wet My Hair, AO Technology. You flip over to the other side of the tape. There's Right Now from Akon. All these are remixes. Beautiful, I'm So Paid, In the Club, I Got a Feeling, I'm a Bee, Just Can't Get Enough, and Forever. The one with Drake and Eminem and Lil Wayne and all those other rappers. Not the Chris Brown version, Forever. We're talking about the rap compilation song Forever. So, yeah, it's a really great mix here. So the outcome is very, very positive. Depending on what kind of cassette recorder you have, it could really improve the sound quality. Because if you have a cassette player / recorder that doesn't have a recording level, you have to control the recording level on your mixer. That's what the mixer's for kind of improving the sound quality of your mixes so they can sound decent, especially with a low-end cassette recorder like the Sony CFD S70, where it was meant to be recording CDs from cassette. So that's kind of cool. So all my cassettes are in there, ready to go. Oh, these three go back here. There we go, that'll work. So all my cassettes are in the cabinet, which will have to get a brand new cabinet for my cassette tapes. This thing is so wobbly. As you can probably see, it's so wobbly. So, yeah, my DJ Cool Thing mixtape sounds very decent. Even on the CD, it sounds decent. I get a -2 dB recording level. It sounds pretty decent. I mean, I haven't really listened to the CD itself, but I've listened to it being recorded. But I will play it in the Bose Wave music system. So I'll probably do that later on tonight when I go downstairs. I'll put the CD in and have a playback of the CD compared to the cassette tape. But yeah, the Numark Party Mix, it's a great mixer for making mixtapes because it's got the master phono connection. And it's got all the different light patterns. And it's got the 2 turntables, the virtual turntables, which you can get to a certain part of the song. And it's got the speed up or slow down. It's got the pitch control, which is amazing. I love the pitch control. But I think if you really want a good mix, there's the sync button, which will automatically match the beats per minute with another song, which I think is pretty cool. So it's got to match the beats per minute, or be close to the beats per minute. If not, then and there we go. Put in the mixer until my next DJ gig. So yeah, that is my Numark Party Mix. One of the easiest mixers you can use today. And it's got an audio output so you can connect it to a boombox or cassette recorder or anything and record your mixes. You can even record onto like a flash drive and burn all of your music to a CD. We're talking about the cheapest ways you can archive your mixes, your DJ mixes. There's a lot of digital audio recorders that you can get and burn all of your stuff to a CD. But we'll look it up. We're gonna put you guys right down here. I guess that'll work. I'm gonna lay here on the floor so we can do some research on some digital audio recorders, and then you can take those digital files, burn to CD. That's if you want to go the CD route. But there's a lot of us who want to go the cassette tape route. Digital audio recorders. And there's a lot of digital audio recorders by Sony. Oh, these are voice recorders. Yeah, portable digital recorder. Or if you want, let's check out all the different sides of it and see if it's got one of those connections to connect to a mixer. Yeah, microphone external in. So it does. So this one has so you can get a micro SD card, built-in omnidirectional microphone, a stereo mini headphone jack for external stereo microphones, an external line input, chromatic tuner powered by 2 AAA batteries, USB power or optional AC adapter. It has a micro 4GB card, which I don't know why you would record on like a micro SD card, but you can probably do that. The EC is it's a USB recorder, but I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube about a cassette tape that has a USB port on it, and you can record all your mixes there, connected to your mixer, and make digital audio, audio files, burn them to CD, and then you have your mix. But if you want to go the cassette route, then you can go to the cassette route using a boombox, a shoebox style cassette recorder, a professional grade cassette recorder. There's a lot of cassette recorders you can use to record on a cassette tape. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to transfer your pictures and stuff or your mixes to your flash drive or cassette or whatever you want to record it on. So you can even get one of those CD recorders. Connect your mixer to a CD recorder. That would be easy, because you're just recording straight to the cassette recorder and record one song at a time, and you have your mix. And that's neat. Especially if CDs are the only thing that you have, you can just get a CD recorder. If you want to go the cassette route, then you can go the cassette route. Depends on whatever fits best for you, whether it's cassettes or CD or digital files. I mean, I guess I wouldn't prefer putting them on a flash drive unless you're 100% sure that you want to actually burn a CD instead of actually recording it. But I think the cheapest way of getting your music onto your mixes onto a CD is by using a digital audio recorder and then transferring the files to your computer and transfer the files to iTunes, and then you have your mix. So, oh, here we go. It's called the Reloop Tape. It's a DJ mix recorder, and that you can take. So the reloop tape is something for DJs to use. So you can, use a flash drive, maybe a 1 terabyte or whatever, and you can actually record your mixes to a flash drive and then transfer the files to your computer and burn them on a CD. Just to a physical copy of all your mixes, have an archive, a physical archive of all of your mixes. So I'm actually going to be watching his review on the Reloop Tape DJ Mix Recorder. You can use a DJ Mix Recorder. Let's see if they have any DJ Mix Recorders on Amazon. Here we go, Amazon.com. We'll search a DJ Mix Recorder. Here we go, DJ Mix Recorder. Yep, there it is. $130, a Reloop tape. That's cool. And there's going to be a lot of DJ grade. So if you really want a cheaper option, you'll have to spend $130. I mean, that doesn't seem to be too bad, especially for a tape like this. It's called a Reloop tape. And it is a digital audio recorder, so you can plug in a flash drive and transfer all of your stuff to a flash drive. And it's got a ground connection. It has a USB port. It's got an input. And it's got 192 kilobits per second, or 320. 320 is if you want CD quality. And there's also phono or line in, which I think is really cool. So there's a phono or line input. Like it'll come with a cable to connect it to, and you'll have to get a flash drive to connect it to and record it from there. And then you take those digital files, put them on a CD, and if you want it on an actual tape, you can take the CD and record it onto tape as well. There's all different types of ways you can take your DJ mixes and put them onto, a physical copy. And if you want them in a streaming service like Google Play that allows you to upload your own songs, you can actually do that. Have all of your DJ mixes uploaded to the cloud. That's another thing. Spend $130 on the relooped USB mixtape recorder with a retro cassette look. It says direct recording of mix sets on USB sticks or internal USB hard drives, so you can record to a 1 terabyte external hard drive. Connection of line and phono sources, like mixer or turntable. Easy operation without complicated settings for source recordings, even in dark surroundings such as clubs. Can also be used for converting analog vinyl to digital format with a dedicated turntable grounding post. And numerous status LEDs like power, USB, record, signal, and peak. It even tells you if you're, it'll blink red if the sound is getting ready to distort. And it's always good to get 320 kilobit per second MP3s and then burn those onto a CD, a custom CD using iTunes, because it'll auto be downloaded to your computer. And then when you're done with with iTunes, you can delete it from iTunes and still have the master file for other streaming services that allow those type of files, like Google Play Music, for example. Because Google Play Music allows you to store a lot of different songs into one particular one convenient streaming service to have all of your files. and then you can label them however you want and have a compilation album of all your mixes, which I think is neat. But I think the best way to do that, after you're done with a set of music, you can record them straight to you can burn them straight to CD, and have a CD copy of all your mixes. And let's talk about my friend Brian Short here. He is also known as DJ Heck Yeah, which most of you shouldn't know him, but most of you should know him, and there's some of you who don't. But so yeah, me as a party DJ, it's always good to have something small and portable I can put in my computer bag and make a CD and then record that straight to cassette once I'm done. So it's got the record and stop button, so if you're done with a song, you press stop. But I think you can also record up to an hour or so for a set of music, like for talking. I guess that's if you have like Serato DJ. But for someone like me who doesn't have money yet, but is going to in the future, it's always good to save up my money for something like that and use Serato DJ. Yeah, and use Serato DJ for all of my recording stuff. And I might just continue using my boomboxes and CD recorders and use Virtual DJ, because Virtual DJ is 100% free. Well, you have to get the, there's a Virtual DJ Pro account, so... And there's a lot of different features that I like about Virtual DJ. But since I'm already paying for the iDJ Pro Pro Audio, that's as long as I have my Virtual DJ account. But yeah, this is where I make my mixes, right here on Virtual DJ 8. Lists and advice, playlists, Christmas hits, and they're all single versions, clean. And my iTunes library. Wow. That's cool. And there's all of my there's my iTunes library. So every time I download a new song, it'll go straight to the iTunes library playlist. And I have to build a new iTunes library playlist right here on Virtual DJ. But I think my Christmas hits will be on my new computer once I get it in the future. And it's 6:23 right now, and I've been streaming for just a little bit. And this is a redo of a video that I did on my Sublime Pearl Photos YouTube account, and that was a mistake for doing that. I didn't know it was actually on my Sublime Pearl Photos account, but now I'm on my DJ Cool Thing YouTube channel. It's time for a redo. So, yeah, I have two ways I can record. Yeah, I have two ways I can record my mixes on a CD or a cassette tape. But I only get a pack of 5. It'll be good if I got 100 pack of cassettes. It'll last me quite a long time. But yeah, I got 2 more cassette tapes left. And I will put them over here by my blank, I'll put them over here by my blank CDs until my next mix. So that's one of the ways you can do. That's some of the ways you can archive. That's some ways you can archive your mixes, your DJ mixes, is either on a cassette tape or a CD. That's if you want to go the physical route. But on Amazon, I did find the Reloop tape, where it allows you to record DJ mixes right there on a flash drive and save them as digital files, and then upload them to the cloud. That's one of the most convenient ways, is uploading to the cloud, which is internet access. So that's if you want to go the physical route of your physical mixes. But if you want digital mixes, it's good to get a flash drive, the Reloop tape, and that's about it. And of course you need your DJ mixer and your computer. That's if you want to go the digital route. That's where most DJs are going to nowadays, is the digital route. But there's some DJs who feel nostalgic for the cassette tape and also the CD. I guess because of having a physical copy and a sense of accomplishment, and feeling the sense of accomplishment that you actually accomplished something. And what's really great about your mixes on a digital copy is having them for your virtual DJ software or Serato DJ or whatever. It's just amazing. I just think that's really cool. It's called the Reloop USB mixtape recorder with retro cassette look in black, and it's got a cassette tape look to it, and it's more of a digital audio recorder and records all your stuff directly to a USB flash drive. And it's got a USB port for connecting a flash drive or a USB hard drive, like a hard drive. Yeah, it's got a USB port for a hard drive or a... So that's really cool, having all of your stuff on a external hard drive. So if you want to get another hard drive just for your DJing, you can do so. That's neat. Recording pretty much all your mixes right to a hard drive, or a memory stick, or a flash drive, or whatever you like to call it. That's cool. Yeah, it's got a cassette tape look to it, but it's got modern technology to fit within the digital age. So that's if you want to spend $130 on the Reloop USB mixtape recorder with a retro cassette look. That's if you want to go the digital route. I mean, it's still a cheaper option than buying a professional cassette recorder or a professional CD recorder. It's just a better option if you want to go the digital route and have something small you could put in your DJ setup to record into your mixer and everything like that. It's just amazing. But if you want to go the physical route, like a physical copy, it's going to be the cassette tape or the CD, because those are the two most common recordable formats you can ever buy. The most simple, the cassette tape. Because all you do is press play and record, and it's just that. So cassettes are pretty much the easier way of recording your mixes. But if you want if you want to go the CD route, then you can use the Reloop USB mixtape recorder, and then you can actually take those files, because they record them in MP3 files, and you can burn them straight to CD, and they'll have CD quality recording. That's amazing. And even on a stereo system, like this TIAC LP R550, yeah, it seems to be a really good playback machine for all your mixes, whether you're on CD or cassette. I mean, there's a lot of places, there's a lot of things you can get to record your mixes, because as you know, mixes are actually live performances. But if you want to record them, you can go with the Reloop USB tape, a cassette recorder, one of the common cassette recorders, as well as the CD burner. You can go with a CD burner. So if you have one of those modern day computers that were made after 2012 or so, like if you have a computer, Mac or PC, that has a disk drive, you can take your USB flash drive with your mixes and burn them straight to CD. That's if you want to go the CD route. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a CD copy of it, but it's always good to have a mixtape because it feels that you've accomplished something. So, yeah, those are just different ways of actually, recording your DJ mixes onto a physical copy or a digital copy. So if you want a digital copy, the best way to go is the Reloop USB mixtape recorder, because it's small, it's portable, it's lightweight. You can connect it to your mixer. You can plug an external source like a flash drive or an external hard drive, and record all your mixes to a hard drive or a flash drive. And if your car has a USB port, you actually take those mixes on a USB flash drive, plug into your car's USB port, and voila, you're listening to your mixes. That is super cool, especially this time. See, my mom has a 2009 Ford Fusion, and that is where I can listen to my mixes right from the USB stick. That'd be kind of cool if I want to play my music through the Ford Fusion. But I have a CD version just in case I want to play it through the CD player, my mom's 6-disc CD player in her 2009 Ford Fusion. And, I mean, I just have a nice CD copy of my music, and I can take it with me wherever I go, in the car, outside on the back porch. I could put it in my computer, listen to it through headphones. And, yeah. I'm actually going to, I guess I might go get the CDs. And what I might do is, I might bring my CD tomorrow so my grandma can hear it. I mean, it'd be pretty nice for her to listen to my mix CD. But I'll probably do that in the future, not when I'm spending the night on Sunday nights. Ugh, man. But since it is an audio CD, I could pop it into my Grandpa Mike's boombox and just play my CD. I can bring it and we can listen to it together, so he can know how good I am at mixing and scratching. Well, not really scratching, but mixing 2 tracks in one. So yeah, those are some really great ways of, that's if you want to save money but not spend too much money on expensive equipment. Well, the Reloop tape is actually an expensive option, but it's like $130. But if you want to go the cheaper route, then you can get a cassette recorder. Because as you know, most CD recorders are very expensive. They're like in the $200 to $300 range, and maybe even more than that. But I think cassettes are the best way to go for a cheaper option. So, wow, $130 for the Reloop USB mixtape recorder. I guess it's for DJs. Because as you know, DJs can get paid lots of money from gigs, and that's where they can get stuff like this. DJ Tech CD Encoder 10 Studio Flash Recorder. What does that mean? Encode CDs direct to MP3, record from CD or an aux jack, and includes display for an ID3 tag information. I don't know if it's a CD recorder or what. Oh, it's basically transferring CDs to a flash drive. That's cool, especially this time of year. It's only a $70 piece of tech. Yeah, it's a $70 piece of tech. And I bought the Numark Party Mix for $100 because I needed my first DJ mixer. And this was the cheapest one I could find, the Numark Party Mix starter DJ controller with built-in sound card, which is that is what really allows you to record your mixes, is through the sound card, the built-in sound card, connecting the mixer to your cassette recorder or CD recorder or whatever you have. But the most cheapest route to go if you want to record your mixes is on a cassette tape, and then get one of those cassette Walkmans and take it with you on the go and get a boombox for you to take to listen to it in your room or wherever you happen to be. And most of these are like DJ mixers and stuff like that I'm looking at right now. But I think most of them are at the top. The Zoom H6 6-track portable recorder. Let's see what this does. Direct recording to SD cards up to 128 gigabytes. Display 2-inch full color LCD screen, 320 by 240 pixels. And so I guess it records your mixes to an SD card. Like a normal SD card, I think. Because it doesn't say micro SD or anything, it just has SD card. Yep, it's called the Zoom Recorder. It allows DJs to record their mixes straight to an SD card, put it into a USB adapter, or plug into an internal SD card slot and transfer them to computer. This is the #1 bestseller, the Zoom Recorder, for $319.99, and you save $50. There's also the double bundle with $380.81 with a 16 gigabyte SD card, headphones, battery charger, rechargeable batteries. So it does have a standard SD card slot for recording all your mixes to a standard SD card. So I can take a 16 gigabyte SD card that I have in my camera bag and record my mixes straight to it. It's an H6 recorder where DJs can stick that into their DJ mix, into their setup, and hook up their mixer to it. And so in this video thank you so much for watching this